Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the K3, CR1, or IR1 visa interview, so to make things shorter, U.S. marriage visas. And a question that often comes up is, why can't I go to the interview with my spouse? I want to go. Well, the answer to that is the embassy won't let you, at least here in Thailand. And we're specifically talking about Thailand here, although I think most of the policies associated with this apply to a lot of different posts, at least regionally, perhaps throughout the world. But again, different embassies do things differently, so you may want to check things out in a different jurisdiction. Yeah, long story short, going back 2007, 2008, when I first got out here, it was a little more lax with respect to letting folks come to the interviews. But quite frankly, people would get kind of irate with the officers. And I think there was part of it was, the officers didn't really like having to deal with somebody that wasn't really part of the proceeding. The person that's part of the proceeding is the applicant. And I know that's kind of tough for folks to understand because the petitioner, they're kind of done. The adjudication with respect to them has occurred at Department of Homeland Security. The second half of the process, if you want to look at it like that, dealing with the applicant, that all they're dealing with is the applicant. They don't really need to see the petitioner, the American spouse. Now, that said, I know that frustrates folks, but on top of that, they started citing security concerns back in around 2009, 2010, and basically they just didn't let anybody in unless a special appointment was made, and that's pretty rare. And then now we're dealing with the response to COVID-19, where basically they don't want anybody around that's not absolutely necessary that needs to be there. And as a result, it's pretty much impossible. You're not going to want to go. You're not going to be able to go. More importantly, it's my opinion, it's not really useful, in my opinion, to have that American spouse there. Again, the relevant party is the applicant. Secondly, it could inadvertently lead to what's called a Stokes interview. Or what's called under DHS back at USCIS a Stokes interview, which is an extensive interview where they basically, in a sense, they kind of interrogate both parties, if you will, to make sure their quote-unquote stories add up. So for that reason, in my opinion, not only can you not go, that's the reason why, but on top of that, I don't think you really want to go.